Good evening, fuckers, and welcome to the next Train Simulator Classic request video. And this is going to floor a lot of people, but this request came from Mick DC, but you never saw that coming. He's about the only one that still regularly requests videos. I still get the occasional one from Jim Plays and Light the World. Everybody else I think has had enough, so yeah, they've all buggered off. So Mick DC is the only one who is, I don't know, masochistic enough to continue requesting them. Now, he gave me quite a few options with regards to this one. So the one thing that he actually was set on was the loco. So it is a class 25. He freely admitted that he didn't know if the 25 actually did passenger runs or not, which it did. And he gave her the choice of doing either freight or passenger. So I've gone with passenger, which I did kind of regret, because the class 25, none of the consists that are already made for this loco are passenger. They were all freight, so I had to make my own one. Oh well, it's done, so there you go. Now, as far as route, he gave me three options. So one of them was northeast England, but the problem with that route, because he wanted me to do an entire length of whatever route I chose. And the problem with that one is there's about 6 different starting points. So whichever sort of point A to point B I do, there is still, at least 2/3 of the route that you're just not going to see. So yeah, it's too sort of splintered and that, so I didn't do that one. The other option he gave you was the North Wales route, which, just like the North East England one, it's a route that I do really like, but it's a bit too long, and the class 25 is not the fastest train that you're ever going to see, and its acceleration isn't great, and its deceleration isn't great. So the North Wales one would have been too long, especially as, it would have been starting at Crewe and finishing at Holyhead. It would have been well over 2 hours, so it was a bit much. So I went with the third option, which was Glasgow to Edinburgh, but I switched it around, so we are actually starting in Edinburgh Waverley, and we're going to be finishing at Glasgow Queen Street. The only reason for switching it around like that is because I've done a Glasgow to Edinburgh run in a previous video. In fact, it was one of the very first ones I did. I think it was video 5 in a class 101. So yeah, we're now effectively doing the return trip. So we're going back from Edinburgh to Queen Street, but this time we're in a class 25. And as far as the specifics, it's summer, it's cloudy, well, it is Scotland, and it's 1 PM. So there we go. Let's get this one up and running. Alrighty, here we are in the cab of the class 25. The unmistakable sound of the Sulzer engine. Do like that engine sound. I do like the Sulzer engine. I like the Sulzer locos. They may be a bit small, they may be a bit underpowered, but yeah, they're great. So yeah, with the train itself, I've done what I did in the recent Class 77 video, and I've given them a bit of a mixture. So we've got 2 first class coaches here, and then we have 4 second class coaches, and then at the rear we have a passenger and guard coach. Now let's get the lighting done, which that's your lights. Basically the head code, although the head code is always 0000 for some reason. Okay, so Glasgow Queen Street, 47.13 miles. It's not too bad. Let's get underway. Now, to be honest, sometimes when pulling out of Edinburgh Waverley station, it can be a bit of a pain in the arse, because there are a lot of signals that sort of spring up almost from nowhere if you can't see them very well, like this one here for us, which is green anyway, so we're fine. I'm now going way too fast. And that's why when I did this run the first time, back in video 5 in the 101, I went the other way. I went from Glasgow to Edinburgh, because coming out the station is easier going that way than it is this way. But nevertheless, we are here now. So we're about to enter a 35 mph section, and that very quickly becomes a 40 mph section pretty much as soon as we emerge from this tunnel. So let's get our speed back up. So in fact it's now 40 mph already. This tunnel is a lot longer than I thought it was. So as you can see, this train, yeah, the acceleration is not great. And admittedly, 7 carriages that are on the back here, it's quite a hefty passenger train for a class 25, and this is the reason why I chose this route rather than the North Wales one. We're struggling to reach 40 mph. We will reach it and pass it, but yeah, the weight of the train is making it quite slow to accelerate to anything like a decent speed. As far as stops on the way, we'll stop at major stations, of which there's only really one, and that is Falkirk, which is a lot nearer to Glasgow than we are at the moment. So that will be the one stop en route. We'll stop at Falkirk. So we're now into a 90 mph section. We can now really open the taps. There's no way this train's going to do 90. I don't know if it shows anywhere what the max speed is. Ah, right, max speed is 90. So it'll be interesting to see how much that is reduced because of the weight of all the So as I always do on this line, we get the exterior shot as we pass Murrayfield Rugby Stadium. In fact, our max speed is going up again in just under a mile to 100 mph. Obviously we are certainly not going to be doing that sort of speed. So let's take a look at yeah, the cab. I mean, compared to some of these early diesels, this cab is quite sort of in depth, but yeah, it's pretty spartan compared to anything that's even remotely approaching modern. But I mean, bearing in mind that this loco came about as a result of the British Rail modernisation plan, so this thing was running since about 56, 57. So we're up to 61 mph, and okay, it's taken us quite a while to get to that speed, but yeah, we're doing all right on the speed front. So Edinburgh Park station. Gets the full thrash treatment because we are still accelerating. Yeah, we are still there. Yeah, here we are in the first class cabin. Unfortunately, yeah, we can only check first class cabins. Yeah. Queen Street. Oh no, Queen Street's not the next. That's our final destination. Yeah, that's still 41 miles away. Can view our approach this way. but we are still increasing speed. We're fast approaching 70. Well, I say we're fast approaching it. We are approaching 70 anyway. There we are, 70 miles an hour reached. So we're approaching Bathgate Junction. I think this is where, yeah, if trains were heading onto the Fife Circle line, they would have, actually I think they would have turned off here a while ago. I think Bathgate Junction might actually be where trains that, like the sleeper for example, that came up on the West Coast Main Line and they then cut across heading towards Edinburgh, and I think it might be around sort of like Bathgate Junction, and that is where they join this line to continue on to yeah, Edinburgh, which obviously will be its final stop. Well, Edinburgh Waverley would be its final stop anyway. So we're up to 72. And we are still accelerating. So, big old viaduct here. Max speed is decreasing to 80 in a mile and a half. Don't think we are going to need to react to that. We may be able to do 90 in this thing, but clearly we are not going to in a train with 7 passenger coaches. But we have made it to 73 and we are still increasing speed. And in fact, in another mile or so after this 80 mph speed decrease, it then goes back up again to 100, which would be great if we were doing this run in one of the regular trains that does this, which in this game would be a class 170. Nowadays it's probably going to be a class 196. But yeah, we're not in either of those. So there we are just entering the 100 mph zone. Now we are absolutely in it. We are doing 74. 74 is not bad going in a train like this at all. I think we may have topped out at 74.3 mph. Nope, we're still going. So we have done the best part of 10 miles and we are still accelerating. Some great scenic views on this line. But then, yeah, it's Scotland, so what do you expect? So can we get up to 75 mph? So Linlithgow station coming up in 1.5 miles. It's quite a small station. You'll be going straight through there. Just after that station, max speed drops to 90. Again, not going to be an issue for us. We don't need to do anything about that. So we're up to 74.8, can't we? Only need another 0.2 mph. The Linlithgow is going to get certainly get a full dose of class 25 thrash as we go through. Here we are. There we go, that was Linlithgow station. I mean, it does look quite nice, Linlithgow. I don't know if you'd say it's a town, it looks more like a village to me, but it don't look too bad at all. Okay, yeah, it's a lot more spread out than just a village, so it is a small town. And there we are, we're at 75 mph. Another big ass viaduct. So I think that junction, the line that's just pulled away from us, I think that's the line that will take you up to Bowness. No, it doesn't. It's just a siding. Pullman station coming up. We won't be stopping there. It looks like, I mean, I know I've said this before, but it does look like we have topped out now, so 75 is the best we can do. So we've lost 15 mph as a result of the weight of this train. I'm quite okay with that. Getting up to 75, that's not bad. In fact, we are still increasing. We're up to 75.1. So here comes Pullman Station. It's another pretty small station here. So we're now in another 100 mph zone. It's relatively short though, as it drops down to 95 in just over a mile. Falkirk High is the next station, so that is where we will be making our one and only stop on the route. In fact, there's me saying it's closer to Glasgow than Edinburgh. It's more or less slap bang right in the middle. So brakes on this thing are not fantastic, so I'm having to start bringing our speed down a lot earlier than I would have liked. Still got over half a mile to go, so let's bring it down to about mid-30s. don't think we're going to get all of the carriages on the platform. Well, I don't know, though. Okay, scratch that. We are. The loco's overshot it, but that's fine. All of the coaches are here. That's pretty good going, I have to I have to say. Quite pleased with that. There we go. Let's get it underway. So no more stops now until we are at the Queen Street itself. Well, it's certainly going to be a while before we can get ourselves back up to 75 mph again. But I'm not even sure we will be able to. It's the second time. This looks like a, well, a large-ish sort of village, maybe small town, but I've no idea. I mean, is that Green Hill or is this actually what we are approaching here? Is this Green Hill? Considering they're all going up a hill, I'd say yes, it is. No shortage of passing loops along here. I suspect if this was not a quick drive scenario, I'd definitely be having to make use of it, because I'm sure I'm holding up plenty of other trains behind us. Another viaduct. Didn't realise there were so many viaducts on this route. It's not like I've never driven this route before in this game. I mean, I've done at least 4 career scenario runs. Glasgow to Edinburgh, or the other way around. Nearly 2 of those were nighttime ones, so I couldn't see a fucking thing. So we're up to 71 mph again, so yeah, speed wise we're doing better than I thought. And I still don't think we'll reach 75, but I won't be sorry if I'm proven wrong. But I have a feeling there will be some speed limit changes that will make that awkward, especially as yeah, Queen Street is now only 14 miles away. Croy station coming up next. Well, I'll get a dose of full thrash. Here is Croy station. It's a big old car park for a station that is, yeah, so bloody small. That's obviously Croy, well, I don't know, probably it's more of a large village than a small town. More passing loops. I'm trying to see what that building there is. Is it a mine? It looks like a mine of some kind, or it might be like a cement works or something. So we're up to 74 mph. We're gaining speed at a much better rate than I thought we would. I'm more than happy with that. The traditional 5G aerial there. See plenty of those growing in the old Scottish farms. So Queen Street is now less than 8.5 miles away, so we're probably approaching the outskirts of Glasgow any minute. So Lindsay is the next station. Don't recognise that one from before. And again, this is far from the first time I've done this run in this game. You know. So yeah, the station looks like just, yeah, the same as regular commuter station. The roads are, yeah, I can't help noticing the roads are all green. No shortage of sidings around here. So Bishop Briggs, next station, there's a speed reduction just as we pass it down to 85. So okay, we don't have to react to that as we reach 75 mph again, but yeah, Glasgow Queen Street is now just 4 miles away, so the speed reductions are going to be coming along, yeah, right on cue. There's one there to 50 in just over a mile and a half. Got to give Bishop Briggs a bit of the old full thrash as we go there, and then we need to brake relatively hard, I think, in order to get our speed down to 50 in time. In fact, yeah, we don't have to brake anything like as hard as I thought. There we go. So yeah, this entrance to Glasgow, where we are coming down this rather steep descent, and we've also got to be losing speed as we go down to 30 mph on the way. We need to start bringing us down to about 40. I thought we might have been able to coast it, but it was getting a bit close, so. But I certainly don't think we're going to be able to coast it as far as losing the next 10 mph, because yes, this steep downhill section is starting about now. Let's see just how steep it is. 1 in 50, yeah. We are definitely not going to lose speed just coasting this. So I'm deliberately taking it right past there, so then we can coast a little bit. I mean, look at the rate. This is the fastest acceleration this train has done on the entire trip. I was expecting the AWS to go off there because, yeah, we're approaching double yellows. There it is. So yeah, this next signal is a single yellow. Again, that is fine, that's only to be expected. Now I've really got to get the brakes on to get us down to 15 in time. There we are. We're starting to level out at long last. So here we are. At Glasgow, Queen Street. Let it continue coasting a bit because we still have, I mean, I realised the platform actually starts about here, so yeah, now we're good. So there we are, that was Edinburgh Waverley to Glasgow Queen Street. It's got plenty of space there. In the Class 25, yeah, it's a great run. I do like the old Glasgow to Edinburgh, or Edinburgh to Glasgow. Yeah, I do like doing that run. And I think I only had the one speeding, one speeding error, which I'll certainly take. So there we are. Yeah, good run that. So that was Edinburgh Waverley to Glasgow Queen Street in a passenger service Class 25. So if you have a request that you want to make, then click on the link in the description. It will take you to the video where I go through all of the routes and the locos that are available. There's also a pinned comment there which lists all of the routes and locos that I have got since doing that video, so it's all completely up to date. So yeah, you can see what is available and what isn't. So yeah, bung your request in the comments on that video and we'll get it done, providing it's not something ridiculous. Okay, there we go, job done. We'll see you at the next one.